The Battle of Anegawa, 1570, July 30th. The Azayan Order have been enemies since 1564, desiring the lands of Mino, which lay between the Azai-held lands in Omi. Nobunaga had been approached by the deposed 15th shogun, Ashikaga Yoshiaki, to assist in returning him to power. However, with these powers, he had setbacks that he had to strategically maneuver around. Thus, Nobunaga married his sister Oichi. This to Nagamasa was an advantage to protect the Western Front while taking Kyoto. His brother-in-law made the route to the lands easier, which allowed Nobunaga to enter Kyoto in 1568 with the blessing of the real shogun. On the western side, the Asakura clan was commanded by the Asakura Yoshikage and dominated the territory known as Echizen on the western shore of Lake Biwa. The Ashikaga had approached Asakura before Nobunaga agreed to help the previous shogun, but he had declined. Nobunaga took the missed chance and finished it. Asakura was called to Kyoto after the shogun was reinstated. However, Asakura declined, thinking that Nobunaga was trying to demonstrate his dominance, and was incensed by Asakura's arrogance and launched an attack on Echizen, capturing Kanaga Sky Fortress. He started to lay siege on Asakura's main fortress before learning of a conspiracy made by his brother-in-law in order to defeat Nobunaga. Nagamasa had formed an alliance with Asakura. So with this setbacks, the Azai had to leave the castle and move to Lake Biwa's northern end in an effort to block Nobunaga from going back to Gifu. However, when the Oda's troops saw what was happening, they had to make a quick retreat to Kyoto, where they regrouped, mounting a retaliation attack. They were less men than Nobunaga, so to block them they had to make a quick retreat to Kyoto to regroup and make a better, more strategic attack. However, the fortress of Yokoyama was controlled by the Azai and located just south of the river. While the majority of the men were stationed on the southern banks of the Ane River, a portion of the Oda forces were instructed to lay siege to Yokoyama, and a few days later showed up with an additional 5,000 samurais to battle the Asakura and Azai troops on the other side. Around the river Ani, armies of roughly 28,000 soon approached from opposite ends, with the castle in mind of the encapturement objective. Soldiers approached from both sides with swords in hands, spears yielding in the air, and archers with their bows drawn. The armies charged in the mouth of the river. Screams echo from left and right. Hordes of arrows flooded the air, piercing any victim in their path. Soon the rivers of Ani turned to blood. Soldiers strategically rallied to form walls within the formation of troops, hurdling over their opponents. The battle went on for 6 hours as the casualties raised up. Soon, Oda dominated and resulted in a decisive victory known as the Battle of Anegawa.